Over Hindu monk's arrest in Bangladesh. ISKCON distances from Chinmoy Das.
Chinmoy Krishna Das, Chandan Kumar Dhar, ISKCON বাংলাদেশের মুখপাত্র নন, তাই তার বক্তব্য সম্পূর্ণ তার ব্যক্তিগত।
Bangladesh High Court refuses to ban ISKCON. India condemns Hindu persecution. Top-level Modi-Jaishankar meet on Bangladesh escalation. The big focus on 5 Live. I'm going to take you straight to Bangladesh in just a moment to tell you about the latest that's happening there. Finally, the world may be waking up to a reality that we've been reporting here on India Today for the last 4 months and counting. I'm Shiv. Thanks for being with me on 5 Live. These are the headlines. Decks cleared for Devendra Fadnavis as Maharashtra's next chief minister. Big inside scoop on government formation accessed. Shinde, Pawar to be deputy chief ministers. Sources say Shinde demands key state portfolios. Priyanka Gandhi makes her debut in parliament, takes oath as Wayanad Lok Sabha MP. This makes it the first time all 3 Gandhis are members of parliament.
मैं प्रियंका गांधी वाड्रा जो लोकसभा की सदस्य निर्वाचित हुई हूँ, सत्यनिष्ठा से प्रतिज्ञान करती हूँ कि मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगी।
Hemant Soren, meanwhile, sworn in as the Jharkhand chief minister for the 4th time. Big show of strength by India bloc leaders. Rahul, Akhilesh, Mamata Banerjee attend. Explosive audio clip exposes Sambhal violence mob plot. Weapons, mobs mobilized for riots. Over 28 arrested so far. Ajmer Dargah in the eye of a storm. Notice issued over claim that the Dargah has been built over a temple. Opposition calls it divisive politics. For 4 months now, India Today has relentlessly reported on the persecution of minority Hindus in Bangladesh, something that began literally the same day that Sheikh Hasina was hounded out of that country. Between the 4th of August and the 20th of August, according to local accounts, as many as 1,500 different attacks had taken place in that country. Conspicuous by their silence was the global chatterati, intelligentsia, the Western press, even fact-checkers the world over, who simply turned a blind eye to what is happening in Bangladesh. But now, with the form of Chinmoy Das, a Hindu monk who has been arrested by the Bangladesh police, allegedly for provocative speech and for hoisting a saffron flag, the world has been forced, rather shamed, into taking notice and acknowledging that Hindus are being persecuted in Muhammad Yunus's Bangladesh. Well, tensions remain high in the country as protests have now intensified across Bangladesh, demanding the release of former ISKCON monk Chinmoy Krishna Das. In a major development and clearly under pressure of threat, of being closed down, of being banned, ISKCON Bangladesh has distanced itself from the monk. That's how much fear psychosis there is in that country, stating it would not take responsibility for his words or actions. Meanwhile, here in India, many wondering why the Indian government isn't doing more. Well, discussions are taking place. Prime Minister Modi and the External Affairs Minister reportedly held a meeting to discuss the Bangladesh situation. There will be a brief in Parliament as well very soon. Here's the full story of what we know so far. Catch and slaughter them. That's the chant raised against Hindus on the streets of Chittagong, Bangladesh by the Nizam-e-Islam's workers. As the showdown over the arrest of former ISKCON monk Chinmoy Krishna Das escalates, Bangladesh continues to remain on the boil.
टेररिस्ट ब्रांडिंग कर दिया है कि इस्कॉन के भक्त टेररिस्ट ब्रांडिंग है, और वो लोग बोल रहे हैं कि हम लोग इस्कॉन के एक एक भक्त को पकड़ पकड़ कर काटेंगे, मारेंगे। तो इस तरह की तो लैंग्वेज यूज़ किया जा रहा है। लेकिन जब सरकार की तरफ से भी ऐसे बयान आने लगते हैं तो इतने बड़े जो भी माइनॉरिटीज़ हैं वो लोग बहुत ही अपने को असुरक्षित महसूस कर रही है।
The country's High Court has refused to ban ISKCON despite calls from Hasina Abdullah of the Students Against Discrimination movement, labeling the organization a terrorist group. But Chinmay Das is still under arrest. In a stunning turn of events, ISKCON Bangladesh, presumably under pressure, has disassociated itself from the arrested Hindu priest.
চিন্ময় কৃষ্ণ দাস, চন্দন কুমার ধর ইসকন বাংলাদেশের মুখপাত্র নন, তাই তার বক্তব্য সম্পূর্ণ তার ব্যক্তিগত। অতএব লীলারাজ গৌর দাস, স্বতন্ত্র গৌর দাস ও চিন্ময় কৃষ্ণ দাসের বক্তব্য এবং কৃতকর্মের জন্য ইসকন বাংলাদেশ কোনোভাবেই দায়ী নয়।
Why has ISKCON Bangladesh abandoned its own is anyone's guess. In India, there's a clamor for the centre's intervention on Hindu minorities being targeted in Bangladesh, something that Prime Minister Modi has repeatedly raised in the last few months. In an official statement released by the Indian Ministry of External Affairs, India has called upon the Bangladesh government to ensure safety and security of Hindus and all minorities and their places of worship. The government says that the primary responsibility for the protection of life and liberty of all citizens of Bangladesh, including minorities, rests with the government. With tensions mounting, External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar discussed the situation in Bangladesh with Prime Minister Modi, a top-level meeting. Jaishankar is also expected to brief Parliament on the issue soon.
It is painful for me to see Hindus being persecuted there, and Swami Chinmay Das being arrested, and I felt extremely bad. And I feel whether it gives me votes, it doesn't give me votes, I don't care. If I'm a peaceful man who is seeking fundamental rights being violated, Hindu society is being marginalized, being attacked, temples being desecrated, they are living in fear. I think the man is representing their voice in a very peaceful demonstration. I think it is a matter of urgency, it's a news of urgency. It should be given the attention it needs.
West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee declared atrocities on anyone, be it Hindus or Muslims, will not be tolerated. She's also said that she will support the Modi government's stand on this issue. There were protests in solidarity with Bangladeshi Hindus in Jammu as well.
Here in the streets of Jammu, you can see that the activists of Shiv Sena, Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray are up in arms. They are demanding that Hindus should be protected, their rights should be safeguarded. They are also demanding that the world community must take cognizance of the developments in Bangladesh.
हमारे को एक बार थोड़ा सा भी सहयोग इतना ही दिया जाए वहाँ पर जाने के, हमारे को हमारे संतों के, हमारे युवाओं के आत्म बलिदानी जत्थे जाकर वहाँ पर अपने हिंदुओं की सुरक्षा को स्वयं निश्चित करना हम जानते हैं।
The Hindu minority in Bangladesh, which constitutes only about 8% of its 170 million population, has faced hundreds of attacks since the fall of former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's Awami League government on August the 5th. Bureau Report, India Today. Now, at the beginning of the political uprising in Bangladesh in August, when Sheikh Hasina was chased out of that country, when the Mohammad Yunus government was installed, there were lots of claims and counterclaims over what kind of persecution was taking place. There was some misinformation, there was some fake news, but all of that was used to divert from what was definitely happening to Hindu minorities in Bangladesh. Let's put out some numbers which we can corroborate. Between August 5th and 20th, this is what is being reported by Bangladesh's most respected newspaper, the Pratham Alo. They have faced action for actually sending out their reporters to all parts of Bangladesh to report on persecution of minorities. They report that 1,068 attacks took place between just August 5th and 20th. 15 days, 1,068 attacks on Hindu houses and businesses, including 22 temples attacked. Between September and November, they report over 2,000 attacks on minority homes and businesses, including temples. 49 districts across Bangladesh saw attacks on Hindus. Prominent among them, 79 attacks across various periods of time in Dhaka, the capital. 295 attacks, this is the maximum, in Khulna, which continues to be sensitive. 209 attacks, 19 attacks took place in Rangpur, and 183 attacks have taken place in Mymensingh. I should give a caveat here that this data is only till around September, October. We don't know about details after that, because anyone reporting on the persecution of Hindus and other minorities in Bangladesh are facing threats from the government. The police is calling on them, and there is absolutely no freedom of press in Bangladesh at this point of time. Therefore, there is a code of silence over what the reality really is. The horrors that may be taking place in Bangladesh may be far worse than what we are reporting. Now, here's a demographic look at the Hindu population in Bangladesh. Once a large chunk of the population in that country, it has been in steady decline. In 1951, the Muslim population was 76%. Most of the rest was the Hindus. In 2001, the Muslim population in Bangladesh rose to 89.7%, now stands at 91.6%. The Hindu population, which in 1951 stood at 22%, dipped to 9.2% in 2001, and between 2023 and 2024, it now stands at under 8%, 7.5%. So from a high of 22%, even more before that, to 7.5% now. That's been the huge demographic shift in Bangladesh at this point of time. And we've got some news just coming in. 5 Hindu seers will be meeting the Bangladesh Deputy High Commissioner as anger continues to mount over anti-Hindu atrocities. Protests have also erupted in Kolkata against Bangladesh at this point of time. Let's go to Suryagni for more on this. Suryagni, 5 Hindu seers to meet the Bangladesh Deputy High Commissioner. Where will this happen? When will it happen? What are they going to tell him?
Well, it just happened a short while back. They have just come out. We are standing in front of the Deputy High Commission's office. This is the Bangladesh Deputy High Commission's office where, this delegation met. A huge rally was conducted under various Hindu groups that was, stopped at one midpoint because you can't really bring a rally in front of a consulate or an assembly or an embassy. But a delegation of 5 people were allowed. The saints have just gotten out. They have made their points very clear. Firstly and primarily, what the message was that minorities, specifically the Hindu community, needs to be protected by the government of Bangladesh. What we'll do is we'll try and speak to him. Sir, एक चीज आपसे पूछेंगे, बातचीत क्या हुई? मतलब बहुत सारे लोग आए लेकिन 5 लोगों को अलाउ किया गया. क्या बातचीत हुई? उनके तरफ से क्या कहा गया?
उसके तरफ से कहा गया जो सरकार के पास हमारे मांग पहुंच देंगे एवं सरकार उसके विवेचना करके हमके जानाएंगे.
मांगे कौन सी थी आप लोगों?
चिन्मय कृष्ण प्रभु को बेहद मुक्ति करना, बांग्लादेश को जो हिंदू मठ मंदिर संत है उसका जीवन निरापद करना एवं बांग्लादेश में शांति प्रतिष्ठा करना.
लगता है बांग्लादेश में जो माइनॉरिटीज है, स्पेसिफिकली हिंदू कम्युनिटी, इस सिचुएशन से उनके जिंदगी में कोई मतलब चेंज आएगा, पॉजिटिव चेंज आएगा, या फिर सिचुएशन जो है वो और खराब हो जाएगा?
पॉजिटिव चेंज अवश्य आएगा, कारण यूनिवर्स भीतर डर रहा है. हाँ, ये डर ही शुभ संकेत है जो सनातनी जब जागता है तो कोई शक्ति उसका सामने नहीं ठहरता है.
You heard him. He had gone in. He just came out. He spoke to us right now. It's clear. Shiv, what majority of the people who have been protesting, be it the political parties or the socio-religious groups, their demands are pretty simple. All they want is that, firstly, the persecution of Hindus has to be stopped, minorities has to be stopped in Bangladesh. Secondly, a condition has to be made conducive enough for these people, the minorities, especially the Hindus in Bangladesh, so that they can, live like they have lived previously, basically right to life. Now, this is something that only the government of Bangladesh can do, and that's the reason why in the past 48 hours we have seen political parties, now socio-religious groups, saints, peers, coming and meeting the Bangladesh Deputy High Commission and the officials over here, because the solution has to be done through this particular building, because these people can inform their colleagues, their leaders in Bangladesh government, that the state of West Bengal and precisely the entire country is not really liking what has been happening with the Hindu community in Bangladesh. Hence, the protests have happened in and around this particular place, and these delegations have met the Deputy High Commissioner's office.
Stay with me, Surya Agni. One wonders what the Bangladesh government is going to do when they have been officially even denying the levels of persecution of Hindus that have been taking place in that country. So there's a huge conflict of interest here. I don't think anyone has any faith in the Bangladesh government at this point of time. But we've got some more related breaking news coming in now. And former Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, who was hounded out by the so-called uprising of students and Mohammad Yunus in August this year, and who has been staying in India ever since, has just issued a statement condemning the arrest of Chinmoy Das, the Hindu monk in Chittagong. In a statement released by the former Bangladesh Prime Minister, who has taken refuge in India's national capital, Sheikh Hasina says the Hindu monk must be released immediately. The Yunus government has failed to punish terrorists. She says religious freedom is under threat in Bangladesh. Suryagni, coming back to you very quickly, this is one of the first statements, one of the first times we're hearing from Sheikh Hasina, who has been in India for the last 4 months, ever since her dramatic exit from Bangladesh in August this year. She's calling for the immediate release of Chinmoy Das. Is this going to make any difference whatsoever? It's probably going to only inflame the Bangladesh government even more.
Well, Shiv, there are two aspects to this. This is not the first time that the Awami League, we all know the condition of the Awami League leaders and the Awami League, Supremo herself, and people even who are supporters of Awami League, they live in hiding and all. That is what our sources, our fellow reporters in Bangladesh have told us. Now, what has to be understood is that time and again, whenever there have been attacks on the minorities, specifically the Hindus, the Awami League, since the departure of Sheikh Hasina, the Awami League has slammed the Yunus, government for it. And they have time and again stated that Bangladesh Bangladesh should not tolerate such kind of, attacks on minorities, specifically the Hindus. Secondly, coming back to your question, the fact of the matter is right now that nothing is in the hands of Sheikh Hasina and the Awami League right now. How much of this particular tweet will have an impact in the minds of the people who are controlling the government in Bangladesh, that I guess even you and I are pretty well aware of. That basically means that much will not be affected with this particular tweet. But this also indicates the stand of Sheikh Hasina, the stand of Awami League, and that is pretty clear that they do not want any minority, specifically the Hindu community in Bangladesh, to live in fear, because that was something that the Hasina and her party was known for, that it was somewhere a very a pro-minority, pro-Hindu, pro-India a party and a government. Now it has to be seen how this unfolds, because it's a very dynamic developing issue, and every day it brings out something or the other.
We'll have to see what happens, because the dramatic shift in Bangladesh today as far as ISKCON is concerned also has raised many fears. ISKCON has dramatically distanced itself from Chinmoy Das, obviously under pressure. Someone is turning the screws on ISKCON as well, saying you better distance yourself from this guy or else you're going to face action. So ISKCON is also buckled in Bangladesh. Who is behind all of this is the real question, and we will not step away from this story, not even for a moment. Thanks very much, Suryagni, for bringing us that we will update you on what happens with Chinmoy Das very shortly. Okay, the suspense over who the next Maharashtra Chief Minister is going to be is heating up. A crucial Mahayuti BJP meeting will be taking place very, very shortly. Eknath Shinde, Devendra Fadnavis and Ajit Pawar, all three are in the national capital right now, which is where I'm bringing you this broadcast from. The Mahayuti leaders, the top three, the trinity of the Mahayuti will be meeting the BJP top brass very, very shortly. Any minute now, as a matter of fact. Sources telling India Today that the Mahayuti leaders will be meeting Amit Shah first. We don't know who else they're going to meet, but that will be that first meeting. Remember, as we reported late last night, it seems that the decks are already cleared to name Devendra Fadnavis as Chief Minister and Eknath Shinde and Ajit Pawar presumably as Deputy Chief Ministers with key portfolios. Let's go across to our reporters and get the latest on what's happening on the ground. Piyush Mishra is live with me from Amit Shah's residence. Rahul Gautam is outside the NCP office in Delhi, and Mustafa Sheikh is live with us from Mumbai. Piyush, very quickly coming to you first. That key meeting will be taking place at Amit Shah's residence. What time does it start? What are you hearing? What's the buzz? Is there going to be an announcement soon?
Well, Shiv, what we are hearing is that announcement is likely to take place in Mumbai because today only the discussion on government formation could take place at Home Minister Amit Shah's residence. But one thing is almost clear that there will be a BJP Chief Minister and two Deputy Chief Ministers from Shiv Sena and NCP. Today I was also talking to a very senior BJP leader, and when we tried to fish out the name as to who could be the face of party or who could be the Chief Minister in Maharashtra, he told me that there is always excitement in surprise element. So people are, somewhere suggesting that it could be Devendra Fadnavis, but BJP top brass, they are suggesting that you never know who could be the Chief Minister. So we'll have to wait and watch who will be the Chief Minister. But discussions today on the government formation will take place, which could go till late in the night. All three important leaders of Mahayuti are reaching Delhi. Ajit Pawar has already reached. He has also said that there was no announcement of CM face before the polls. So that's why whatever Mahayuti decides will be accepted by all the constituents. Yesterday, Eknath Shinde had also clarified that he will accept whatever the top BJP leadership will decide. So that decision is likely to be taken tonight in the meeting, which is likely to extend till late in the night.
Yeah.
And tomorrow we can expect the BJP observers to fly to Mumbai, where they are going to hold meeting of MLAs, and then announcement of BJP's legislative leader will take place, and then further formation of new government in the state of Maharashtra could take place.
Okay, Rahul Gautam is live from outside the NCP office. Rahul, this will be the first key meeting of the trinity of the Mahayuti with the BJP leadership here in the national capital. What are these discussions going to be? Has the decision already been made and now it's just a question of smoothing out everything so there is clarity on every level? Or is picture abhi baki hai?
Well, Shiv, the short while, back, Ajit Pawar held a press conference, at NCP party office, and I myself asked him that whether there was any discussion that had taken place prior the, elections as to who is going to be the chief minister. To which he said that no such discussion took place, and our first priority was to, return to power, and then now we're going to discuss as to who is going to become the next chief minister of Maharashtra. He said, on record that at 9 p.m. he'll be meeting Amit Shah. So you can say that dinner par charcha and post dinner or maybe late night or tomorrow early morning we would be knowing as to who's going to be the next chief minister of Maharashtra. But one thing is very important: this statement only weakens the claims of Eknath Shinde's faction, because there has been some source-based reports coming in that Eknath Shinde or his party wanted him to become the chief minister.
Yeah.
But Ajit Pawar has made it absolutely clear that there was no discussion that had taken place earlier. So clearly it seems that he's also making some way for BJP's chief minister this time around. And as BJP has got this massive mandate, 133 seats, clearly it seems that BJP would want their man to govern this state this time. Ajit Pawar, as some people say in Maharashtra, that no matter who's going to become the chief minister, Ajit Pawar is going to be the deputy chief minister with junior post partner in UT. It is again expected that Ajit Pawar is going to become the deputy chief minister, and obviously some ministries will also be going to his faction. But one thing is very important, that that secrecy and surprise, these are two main elements of Amit Shah and Prime Minister Narendra Modi's politics. So we should not be guessing. I'm sure picture abhi baki hai. Devendra Fadnavis or somebody else, I'm sure only a couple of people know at this point of time.
Yeah, nobody in the BJP ever celebrates until it has been officially announced. Many people have burnt their fingers by celebrating too fast, too soon when it comes to the BJP's high command. I'm going to go to Mustafa in just a moment. But before that, Devendra Fadnavis, I just wanted to tell you that Devendra Fadnavis has emerged, like I said, as the front runner for the Maharashtra Chief Minister's post. Late night meetings in Delhi between Home Minister Amit Shah and the BJP General Secretary Vinod Tavade fueled speculation about Fadnavis likely to emerge as the next Chief Minister, and that seems all but official at this point of time. However, concerns reportedly revolve around the implications of choosing a non-Maratha candidate for the Chief Minister's post, with discussion centered on how Maratha voters might react if Fadnavis is selected. All of these considerations, remember, go into the mix. Key leaders including Fadnavis, Ajit Pawar and Eknath Shinde will be meeting Amit Shah, like you heard Piyush say, in a very, very short while from now. I want to bring in Mustafa for more in on this. Mustafa, it looks like the formula has been worked out. At least it's a discussion point for us now until there is an official announcement. Fadnavis as Chief Minister, Eknath Shinde and Ajit Pawar as Deputy Chief Ministers. Is that what is being spoken about in Mumbai as well at this point of time? Or is there still space for some kind of doubt?
Well, you can say, Shiv, that at this point, what we are saying that clearly it will be a BJP chief minister.
Yeah.
But whether Eknath Shinde would want to step down as the CM and then become a deputy chief minister is something which he will have to decide. But yes, in the power combination, Shinde Sena will get one DCM seat as of now, because that was a similar situation for Mayuti before the elections. Also, because Maharashtra is just coming out of a lot of political instability, naming Devendra Fadnavis as CM should be a very safe game. It should not impact any of the BJP voters or any of the vote bank, is what Vinod Tavade must have discussed with Amit Shah also. And there should be a balance of power, meaning that there are two senior leaders. Even if Devendra Fadnavis becomes the CM, there is Eknath Shinde who is leading Shiv Sena, there is Ajit Pawar who is leading NCP. So you will have to take these senior leaders along with Devendra Fadnavis, have to take them along while running this government, and hence at that point there has to be a balance so that the 5 years stability period for the government can continue. So these are things which are being discussed, and also after who will be the CM, it will be who will get what portfolios. Ajit Pawar wants finance portfolio for himself. Eknath Shinde is eyeing home department and urban development department. These are key portfolios which any CM would want to keep with himself. So these are things I think the power combination would be discussed on dinner tonight. Back to you.
Okay, let's take a quick reminder of what these three leaders had said last night and today before the key meeting with Amit Shah. Take a look at the Trinity of the Mahayuti, their last words.
कल आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी से भी बात की, उनको भी कहा सरकार बनाने में हमारी तरफ से कोई अड़चन नहीं है, आप निर्णय ले लो, जैसे आपके भारतीय जनता पार्टी वो आपका निर्णय अंतिम रहता है। हम भी महायुति के कौन लीडर है, एनडीए के लीडर कौन है, मोदी जी है, अमित भाई है, तो उनको कहा कि मैंने अमित भाई जी को भी फोन किया, मोदी जी को भी फोन किया, सरकार बनाने में हमारी तरफ से कोई भी रुकावट, कोई भी अड़चन, कोई भी कुछ भी किसी भी तरह का अड़ंगा नहीं है। आप बेशक आप निर्णय ले लो, उस निर्णय की तामील हो जाएगी। भारतीय जनता पार्टी के वरिष्ठ नेता जो निर्णय लेंगे मुख्यमंत्री पद के बारे में जो उनका कैंडिडेट होगा उसको हमारा शिवसेना का पूरी तरह समर्थन है।
कि हमारी महायुति में कभी भी कोई एक दूसरे के प्रति अलग मत ये रहा नहीं है। हमने हमेशा साथ में बैठकर निर्णय किए हैं और चुनाव से पहले भी हमने कहा था कि चुनाव के बाद साथ में बैठकर निर्णय करेंगे। कुछ लोगों के मन में जो शंकाएं थी उनको दूर करने का काम सम्माननीय एकनाथ शिंदे जी ने किया है। जल्द ही हम हमारे नेताओं के साथ बैठेंगे और उचित निर्णय करेंगे।
काही चर्चेला काही तथ्य नाहीये। आम्ही सगळ्यांनी पहिल्यांदा ठरवलं होतं की कुठल्याही परिस्थितीमध्ये भाजप, शिवसेना, राष्ट्रवादी काँग्रेस, आरपी आठवले आणि इतर सगळे आमचे घटक पक्ष आहेत त्या सगळ्यांच्या बरोबर आपण जास्तीत जास्त जागा निवडून आणायच्या आणि पुन्हा एकदा या राज्यामध्ये महायुतीचं सरकार आणायचं हे आमचं पहिलं टार्गेट होतं। ते टार्गेट आम्ही यशस्वी केलेलं आहे। मी या निमित्तानं महाराष्ट्रातल्या तमाम मतदार बंधू भगिनींचं आभार मानतो, त्यांना धन्यवाद देतो, त्यांचा कृतज्ञता व्यक्त करतो। त्यांनी खूप मोठी आमच्यावर विश्वास टाकलेला आहे। आम्ही जे सांगितलेले आहे ते त्यांनी ऐकलेले आहे। आता जबाबदारी आमच्यावर वाढलेली आहे।
Now, the inside story of what is taking place as far as government formation is concerned is not something that most people get right. But India Today's political team, both in Maharashtra and Delhi, has its ear to the ground and is giving you an authentic running commentary of all the twists and turns that are taking place. Devendra Fadnavis is set to be Chief Minister, while Eknath Shinde and Ajit Pawar are set to be his deputies. That's what we've told you. That's what we're sticking to. Now, the power sharing, though, won't come easy for the Mahayuti. Shinde, Pawar and the BJP have put forth their demands for cabinet berths in the ministries they want. Remember, all three come from three separate parties. The BJP wants to keep important ministries like home, housing and urban development, finance and irrigation. Meanwhile, Shinde is demanding key portfolios like revenue, agriculture, health, rural development, industry and social justice, also seeking one cabinet and one minister of state post in the central government. So therefore, there will have to be a reshuffle and an accommodation there. Ajit Pawar will also insist on retaining his deputy chief minister post and portfolios like agriculture, food and civil supplies, women, child welfare, medical, education, sports, rural development, cooperative and marketing.
रात को हम एकनाथ जी शिंदे हो, मैं हूँ या देवेंद्र फडणवीस हो या बाकी हमारे साथी सब मिलके हम मीटिंग में बैठने वाले हैं और 9 बजे के बाद शायद वो मीटिंग शुरू हो जाएगी और उसमें तय होगा कि क्या करना क्या नहीं करना, आगे की लाइन ऑफ एक्शन क्या रहेगी, इसके बारे में सभी बातें हो जाएंगी।
So the sources are telling us that this is how the power sharing formula could actually settle down. This is what sources are telling us. Remember, viewer, this could change, but we're making an educated guess based on what we're being told. Total number of portfolios in the Maharashtra government this time will not exceed 43. The BJP, with its mammoth performance, 133 seats, plans to keep 21 to 22 ministerial posts for itself. The Shiv Sena under Eknath Shinde will get 10 to 12 ministerial berths and Ajit Pawar's NCP will get 8 to 9 portfolios. That's the sense that we are getting. This is what the sharing formula actually looks like. Mustafa is live with me. Mustafa, do you foresee any hitches, any problems as far as this power sharing formula is concerned? The number of portfolios that will go to each of the three?
Not really, Shiv, because this was the similar arrangement when Mahayuti government was in Maharashtra for the last 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Just that the three big leaders have to be accommodated, like after BJP, Eknath Shinde and Ajit Pawar. So they would want a good share for themselves and for their parties, a good share of cabinets for themselves and for their senior party leaders. So if that that consensus can be reached, I think this would be what you are saying is the power sharing formula would be similar to that. But yes, the coordination between senior leaders and who will be the chief minister, these are important things as of now, which any party leader, be it the NCP, Shiv Sena or the BJP, would want, that a stable government and a good chief minister faced with a vision is something which they would be looking forward to back to.
All right, Mustafa, thanks very much for joining us on that. Rahul, if I could get a word from you in on that, do you think that there's going to be some kind of do you think that there could be issues as far as the power sharing formula is concerned? As Mustafa correctly pointed out, this was what the formula was, so far as well in the Mahayuti government. Is that going to be the same?
Shiv, I don't see any problem happening, in this regard because of the fact that BJP has put up a really good show. So NCP and Shiv Sena, they are not really in a position to, hard bargain. And therefore, the BJP, with 133 seats, obviously they would be calling the shots. Shiv Sena, they've got 56, 41 NCP. And that's why, yesterday, Eknath Shinde came on record that whatever, BJP top leadership is going to decide, basically, he said that it is Amit Shah and Prime Minister Modi who is going to decide the fate, and we are absolutely, comfortable with the decision that they're going to take. Similarly, this also goes with Ajit Pawar. He also put in record that whatever decision would be made by these two, it will be acceptable to them. So clearly, because of the fact that BJP had got 133 seats, they are really in a very strong position. So certainly, it is going to be a BJP's man who's going to govern the state, but clearly Shiv Sena NCP would want some important portfolios so that they could also compensate, particularly Shiv Sena, because they're going to lose CM post. So they would want some important and key portfolios to compensate this, if I may use this word, loss. Also NCP would want, Ajit Pawar would want a Deputy Chief Minister post and some key ministries so that he could hold the sway over rural or western Maharashtra. So clearly this would be the case. I think by the end of the day, by tonight or possibly tomorrow, we would all be knowing the next name of next Chief Minister of Maharashtra, and I don't see any hiccups in this decision-making process.
All right, Rahul, Piyush and Mustafa, thanks very much for joining us. Our team on the ground tracking every single movement in this regard. Remember, the three leaders are in Delhi and will be meeting Amit Shah very shortly. We'll cut live to those visuals as soon as they reach Amit Shah's residence. Now, on the other side of the political divide, after what has been a humiliating election for the Mahavikas Aghadi, the internal cracks have only widened. Sources tell India Today that Uddhav Thackeray of the Shiv Sena, Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray, is being pressurized by UBT netas to quit the Mahavikas Aghadi. On the other hand, Mahayuti leaders took the Mahavinash Aghadi jibe at the MVA parties and claimed that Uddhav remained in the Aghadi for greed, and now it doesn't matter if he stays or leaves.
Days after rout suffered by the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi in the assembly election, a rift within the opposition alliance widens. Shiv Sena UBT, which was completely overshadowed by Eknath Shinde's Shiv Sena, managed to win just 20 seats out of the 96 the party contested. Sources say Uddhav Thackeray is under pressure from Shiv Sena UBT leaders to go solo in future elections. Some party leaders are openly speaking about it.
शिवसेना लड़ी थी सिर्फ 96 सीट्स, ठीक है, हम 20 जीते, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं। हम 288 जीते तो 40 जीते, 50 जीते, उससे संगठन को क्या, संगठन तो मजबूत हो रहा ना। ये भूमिका शिवसेना के कुछ कार्यकर्ताओं ने रखी है और ये सही है, क्योंकि एक ना एक दिन तो शिवसेना को खुद के बलबूते पे महाराष्ट्र में सत्ता में आना है। चलो आज नहीं कल।
Party MP Sanjay Raut, however, refuted reports of rift and asserted that all is well within MVA.
महाविकास आघाड़ी में हम चुनाव लड़े लोकसभा में और हमें अच्छा कामयाबी मिली। 30 से भी ज़्यादा लोकसभा की सीटें जीतना ये बहुत बड़ी बात थी और हम महाविकास आघाड़ी में लड़े। तब ये किसी का कहना नहीं था कि हमको महाविकास आघाड़ी से बाहर निकलना चाहिए। विधानसभा के नतीजे आने के बाद ये किसी की व्यक्तिगत भूमिका हो सकती है जो हार गए हैं या कुछ और बातें हैं।
MVA allies of the Shiv Sena UBT are watching the developments closely. On the other hand, Mahayuti leaders are mocking the MVA.
ये देखिए, ये महाविकास आघाड़ी जो बनी थी वो सत्ता के लालच के लिए ही वो बनी थी, कोई विचारधारा का उनका मेल नहीं था और उद्धव ठाकरे के शिवसेना को कांग्रेस के साथ में रहने के लिए उनको बाला साहब के विचार और हिंदुत्ववादी विचार को छोड़ना पड़ा था, इसीलिए उनको महाराष्ट्र में बहुत पीछेहट उनकी हो गई।
What is left of the MVA is the question. Whether you leave or don't leave, it makes zero difference. Do understand this tsunami and the mandate which has come to the Mahayuti is based on good governance and good work, not just mourning false narratives and blabbering on television, which has seemed to be the narrative of the Ubata Sena.
Shiv Sena UPT leaders are concerned about the dilution of its Hindutva ideology to accommodate the Congress and the Sharad Pawar-led NCP. Some party leaders are blaming this factor for the election setback. Bureau Report, India Today.
And on the other side of this break, we have a big update after the violence in UP. Sambhal explosive audio clips expose what may be the reality of the violence that took place. We'll tell you about that next.
जमाने से हटकर बेबाक है मेरा सिग्नेचर finest cardamom seeds, a premium product from Dilbar Group.
Motorola Razr 50 Ultra comes with Google Gemini.
Hey Google, how do I do a wing liner? AI Ray. Flip the script with the new Motorola Razr 50 series.
Hello, Moto. Motorola Razr 50 Ultra comes with Google Gemini.
Hi, I am AI anchor Sana, bringing the top headlines for you, presented by Motorola. Debut of Priyanka Gandhi in Parliament, took oath as Member of Parliament holding Constitution book in hand. ED team attacked in Delhi during raids in cyber fraud case. Important meet of Home Minister Amit Shah with all three leaders of Mahayuti today on Maharashtra power tussle.
I would ask Jagannath to keep showing you these areas of the, the violence. India Today is live from the ground, exactly right outside the mosque. 40 minors have been named so far. So in this violence, what we are seeing in the recent phases of violence in different states, different areas, minors are being used. They all started pelting stones towards the forces. These are the brick pieces, the stones, everything. All these are the footprints of the violence. The Shahi Masjid was the epicenter of the deadly violence on 24th November, where 4 people were killed, many policemen injured. India Today is at ground zero in Sambhal. This is Ashutosh Mishra reporting for India Today.
Grounded in journalism, on the ground reporting, only on India Today TV.
Congress has failed to achieve the desired result either at Haryana or at Maharashtra. We had tremendous hope from the Congress that they will do the better. And had they been do the better, then in that case, BJP and Narendra Modi would have been under the pressure. But this has not been done. For a long years, this India alliance is there. But expected result could not be achieved. And there is a great failure on the part of the Congress to achieve the result.
उनको ये गौर करना चाहिए कि पहले वो नेशनल पार्टी थी, आज घटकर क्षेत्रीय दल में तब्दील हो चुके हैं। नॉर्थ ईस्ट में चुनाव हुई, चाहे मान लो मेघालय से लेकर त्रिपुरा, उधर गोवा से लेकर जहां भी हो गई, हर जगह उनको हार की सामना करने पड़ी। लेकिन ये एक चुनाव बाई इलेक्शन जीतने की बात होगा, उनको ये लगे कि मैं पीएम बनने जा रही है, तो ये राय की पहाड़ के अलावा और कुछ तो नहीं हो सकते।
An audio clip is now exposing the Sambhal violence mob plot in Uttar Pradesh. India Today has accessed an explosive 23-second audio clip seeming to reveal how mobs and weapons were mobilized during the riots. Here's a detailed report.
4 days after the deadly Sambhal violence, India Today has accessed an explosive audio clip that reveals a sinister plot to allegedly mobilize mobs and weapons. This 23-second clip, recovered from one of the suspect's seized phones, has become a crucial piece of evidence in the police investigation into the clashes that left 4 people dead. So far, 7 FIRs have been filed, over 30 arrested, and more than 70 rioters identified. Among the arrested are 3 women accused of hurling stones at police officers from rooftops. Akhilesh Yadav has blamed the BJP for the violence, while the Samajwadi Party chief demanded the release of photographs of alleged rioters linked to the BJP. The ruling party hit back at Akhilesh.
जितने लोग उसमें गए थे सर्वे में पीछे से नारे लगा के जा रहे थे, जो नारे लगाने वाले थे उन पे कितनी कार्रवाई की है? क्या नारे लगाने वालों पे मुकदमे दर्ज हुए? क्या नारे लगाने वाले जो सर्वे टीम के साथ गए थे क्या बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता नहीं थे? क्या प्रशासन की आंख बंद है इस बात को लेकर के?
अगर समाजवादी पार्टी पराजय जो उपचुनाव में हुई है उसकी खीज उत्तर प्रदेश का माहौल खराब करके उठाने की कोशिश कर रही है तो बहुत नुकसान उठाएगी, चाहे उनका कोई सांसद हो या विधायक हो या पदाधिकारी हो।
अगर मैं टेलीफोन Samajwadi Party MLA Iqbal Mahmood, whose son is named in an FIR for allegedly instigating the mob, has cast doubt on police seizure of weapons, calling the claims fabricated.
उनकी बात को सच्ची तो अदालत भी नहीं मानती। आपको क्या डर है कि ये वेपन्स प्लांट किए गए हैं, ये रिकवरी सच में भी ये है कि नहीं हो सकता, हो भी सकता, नहीं भी हो सकता। मैं तो ये कहता हूँ कि आरोप लगाना बहुत कोई बड़ी बात नहीं होती, सिद्ध करना बड़ी बात होती है।
Protests against a court-ordered survey of a mosque on Sunday turned violent, leading to clashes between locals and police. With Sambhal still on edge, the next steps in the investigation will be critical in uncovering the truth behind this violent episode. Bureau Report, India Today.
And finally, in a milestone test of a nuclear-capable weapon, India yesterday quietly tested the K-4, a long-range submarine-launched ballistic missile. Here's a full report on why this isn't just another missile test. This is a huge step forward in India's nuclear deterrence. Take a look.
milestone test for India's nuclear weapons program. On Wednesday, India quietly tested its secretive K-4 submarine-launched long-range ballistic missile. It wasn't the first test of the missile itself. In fact, these images are from an earlier test. But it was the first test from an operational nuclear submarine, the recently commissioned INS Arighat. With a range of 3,500 kilometers, the K-4 represents a leap forward in India's strategic defense and cements its position among the select group of nations with credible and robust second strike capabilities. Sources tell India Today that the K-4 was tested at its full range, which would mean the missile splashed down somewhere deep into the Indian Ocean. This test demonstrates India's ability to launch a strategic weapon from deep beneath the ocean, overcoming some of the most challenging technological, engineering and operational hurdles associated with submarine launch systems. Launching a ballistic missile from a submerged platform is among the most sophisticated feats in military technology. The missile must transition from the submarine's launch tube through a column of water and ignites its engines in mid-air, maintaining stability and trajectory under dynamic conditions. With a range that can target adversaries across vast swaths of Asia and beyond, the K-4 bolsters India's strategic posture and provides a potent deterrent against potential threats. Bureau Report, India Today.
Well, he's become the bold new face of Sanatan politics and he's taking everything on the front foot. The superstar Deputy Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Pawan Kalyan, in a no-holds-barred interview to India Today's Akshita Nandgopal, comes up next. It's live and exclusive.